Time is getting late. I would just like to spend just 2 or 3 minutes to go over 1 or 2 papers of Elfving's. I won't go into details, but I'd like you to hear just some of the breadth of his work. This is a paper. What interested me is that it's dated 1947. So this is an early paper on multivariate analysis. It's in the Skandinaviska tidskrift. What Elfving did is he used a regression format, and he got some distributions. Don't worry about the details, but the overall picture is that using this format, he was able to get the distribution of the multiple correlation. He was able to put this into a framework of the generalized variance, of Hotelling's t-squared, and several other statistics. So very early on, this paper took on a very important part of multivariate analysis in terms of distribution theory. A second paper, by the way, I have the papers if anybody's interested in looking at them. A second paper that also was an early date was 1947. The range apparently was used early on, and there were results as early as 1925, 1926. People knew that the mean, the variance, a variety of moments. People had some expansions, but nobody had an idea about the asymptotic distribution in terms of how well it would be for small samples. Well, Elfving there was a lot of analysis, and he found that for small values of x, he found an expansion in which the CDF, he could get an expression for the CDF. So that was the second paper, and it's probably now still stands as a main result on the range. So it was motivated by a practical situation. Another practical problem, this was when he visited Stanford. This paper came out from Stanford. Rose Sitgreaves and Herbert Solomon were there at the time. And the idea, and I think Timo mentioned this in passing, the idea in part is you want to predict, there's a motivation, you want to predict Z, for example, school grade, and it's based on some number, little n, from a larger number of observations on the x's. And this actually was an application from the Educational Testing Service. So he set up a model in which the x's were these linear functions, the a's are known, the y's are not observed, and the c's are known. And he had 2 different models for the y's, and in each one he found a linear unbiased minimum variance estimator for the 2 situations. And that still stands probably in terms of item selection as the basis for a lot of the work. Well, I thought we would have more time, and I'd like to open the discussion up. If anyone here would like to comment about Elfving, please feel free to say something now. Would anyone have any comments?